notice, and this is the typical copyright. We continue with mathematics syllabus for CSEC 2018 to 2027. Schedule of videos. These first 3 sections here, all 51 of these videos have been published on YouTube in their entirety. Section 4, measurement. All 17 of these videos are finished and 5 are published in their entirety on YouTube. Section 5, statistics. All 18 videos have been completed. 5 have been published on YouTube in their entirety. Section 6, algebra. We are here at video 9 out of 22 videos. And hopefully by September 2025, this will be completed. That's then on to section 7, relations, functions, and graphs by October 2025. Then section 8, geometry and trigonometry by November 2025. And finally, section 9, vectors and matrices, to be completed by the end of the year, December 2025. Please note this disclaimer down here. This schedule is just a projection and is not to be interpreted as a contract with anyone. Section 1, number theory and computation. We are briefly reviewing 33 videos. All of these videos, as I just said, have been published in their entirety on YouTube, especially since this section forms the foundation on which the rest of the syllabus is based. So please make sure you view these 33 videos and learn the concepts well. Reminder, you need to know the times tables from 2 to 12, since calculators are not allowed in paper 1. Section 2, consumer arithmetic. All 12 of these videos have been published on YouTube in their entirety. Section 3, sets. All 6 of these videos have been published on YouTube in their entirety. Section 4, measurement. Some of these have been published in their entirety, these indicated by yellow here, 5 of them, and the others are only partially published. Please see direction in the description below for full access to these videos that are only partially published on YouTube. Section 5, statistics. It has 18 videos, and out of those, these 5 indicated with yellow here have been published on YouTube in their entirety, and the others only partially published. Again, please see directions in the description below for full access to these videos that are only partially published on YouTube. We are now at section 6, algebra, and this section consists of 22 videos. Before we go on, recall I said in the introductory video that you will need a good math textbook or a set of 2 to get more practice questions especially. CSEC recommends the following shown at right here. From that list, please pay close attention to these last 2 down here, as they form a very good 2-volume set of math textbooks that is quite adequate for the current CSEC math examination. This is a picture of volume 1, Mathematics, a complete course with CXC questions by Raymond Tulsi. And this is a picture of volume 2. Another disclaimer down here, I get no financial or other benefits from the sale of these books. Also, very recently, late 2024, I think, a website with AI interactivity has been made available free of cost that deals with past CSEC math questions only, specifically from paper 2. You can navigate that website by topics or years, where all questions for the past several years have been worked out. If you still have a question that you need explained, you can ask the AI assistant either by text or voice, and most likely it will be explained to you. It is extremely important that you become familiar with how CSEC sets its questions for paper 2 and what will be considered good or correct answers to such questions. This is the URL for that website. On the next slide, I will show you what the home page looks like for that site. And this that you see here is the website. You have to register first, and subsequent to that, you would have to sign in. Again, that is the URL up there. That URL will be included in the description of this video below, so that all you need to do is click on it and you will be redirected to this website. Another reminder that this formula sheet is provided for CSEC examination papers, math examination papers. This formula sheet that you see here on the left, there will be a link in the description below from where this formula sheet can be downloaded. However, if you have the full syllabus, this formula sheet is in the syllabus. This is the top part of that formula sheet, so you could see it a little closer. Note that you do not need to learn these formulae on this formula sheet, as this sheet will be provided during the mathematics examination. And this is the below part of that same formula sheet. While you do not need to memorize these formulae, you do need to know when and how to use them. Section 6, Algebra Overview. We completed objectives 1 to 4 in these videos on the right here, and these objectives here, 1 to 4. Then, more overview. We completed these 3 objectives here on this page in these videos here, from 5 to 7. We also completed objective 8 in the last video. That was in video 8, simplify algebraic fractions. And now we are at objective 9, laws of indices, in video 9. After that, we still have to do these 5 more objectives here from video 12 to video 16. That is 6 videos, because objective 14 had to be split in 2. And then finally, up to objective 21. That's all the objectives in this section for algebra. And we will complete that in these last 5 videos here to take us to 22 videos in this section from 21 objectives. So we are here, we finish up to objective 7. These 2 have been published in their entirety. These other have been published partially. This one here, objective 8, we actually finished that as well, and that is published in its entirety. And as I said, we are at objective 9. We have some explanatory notes here. As a matter of fact, we have 4 of those laws of indices. That's the first one. This is the second one, the third one, and the fourth one. And the thing about it, this first one and the second one, you already are familiar with them. So objective 6.9, use the laws of indices to manipulate expressions with integral indices. And notice it says that m and n must be members of integers. That's signified by this z or this z. Just a reminder, this was from Objective 1.2, Video 5, 1.2, where we talk about natural numbers, whole numbers, and integers. So in this objective, we are going up to that green border there, what we have to do for the objective we are doing right now. But this previous one here, 1.2, actually talking about compute powers of real numbers, x to the a power, and a could be any member of q, which is even a little harder because q is all rational numbers, all rational numbers. So you could get something like 1/7, and you could get 4/5, and you could even get something like that. And this, that was when we had to compute powers of real numbers. And real numbers would be everything in Q. And so as I said, you look at whole numbers like that, you look at fractions like this, you look at negative numbers and even negative fractions, but those were single power. Now what we have to do in this objective 6.9 is that we have to combine indices, but the indices are limited only to integers. So we won't have to deal with things like that and that in this objective, and even this fraction. We will just deal with integers, which would be the negative and positive whole numbers. No fractions. So m and n are members of integers. So let's look at the first law, which is x to the m power multiplied by x, which is the same base, to the n power, and you get x to the m plus n power. You don't multiply the powers, you add the powers. But you saw that in the last video. That is to say, any base to a given power multiplied by that same base to another power is equal to the base to the sum of the given powers. So if you have a to the third power multiplied by a to the fourth power, you get back the base a and you add the indices and you get a to the seventh power. Let's see how that works. A to the third power is this, a by a by a, that's a to the third power, multiply by a the fourth power, a by a by a by a. So how many a's do we have multiplying itself there? And the answer is 7. And that is why you add the indices. You do not multiply the 3 by the 4. You add the 3 and the 4. And so you get a to the 7th power. If you find this video useful and interesting, please like and share. That is to say, like and share. You may also consider subscribing to this channel. Or 8 to the 4th power multiplied by 8 to the 5th power, you get 8 to the 9th power. You add the 4 and the 5 to get the index of the answer.